You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am. There are flying saucers.
Supposing they're Martians or something in there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Weird Wednesday. I'm SherwinSketch, and this is...
Cassie.
And also...
Sherwin Quiambao here, aka SherwinSketch of SherwinSketches, Cryptids, and Crafts.
Oh my god, Sherwin, welcome to On Wednesdays We Talk Weird.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited for you to be here. We've been friends for, God, the longest time ever. And, because it's a research-based show, it's really tough to get my artist friends on here. You know what I mean? So I always have to find, kind of wiggle my way in and find an excuse to get you guys on here and talk not just about you, but to you. And this time we have a reason, and it's because of the upcoming Frogman Festival. How exciting, because you're speaking there, I heard.
Oh yes, I'm assuming a little frog, or in this case, Jeff Craig, may have told you.
Yeah, he did. He told me. You were my recommendation, actually. So
yes, thank you for that.
So I'm happy to see the fruits of my labor come to be. But we'll get into that here in just a moment. But first, of course, Sherwin, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was fine. The weather may have stunted some of my other plans. I was actually thinking about going to Lake Erie and searching for the Lake Erie monster, but it is cold, so I started ghost hunting instead.
She's probably not out in this weather. I don't think Bessie's a big fan of the cold, but what do I know? You said you did ghost hunting instead?
Yeah, I'm in Columbus at the moment, so I called up my brother and decided to do some ghost hunting around here. Did a quick little bit of research and discovered that tonight, actually, of the time of this recording, Monday the 9th, it is the 184th Earth anniversary of a double gallows hanging down at what is now the Ohio Art Center.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ouch. That got dark quick. So what hold on. So what is double gallows hanging? It's like you buy one ticket, but you get two for the price of one?
Surprisingly, yes.
Dang.
According to to this book of ghosts that my brother had lent me, there were two different incidents where two separate people had decided to kill somebody, and so in order to save money, direct from the book here, they decided to hang them at the same time.
Did they daisy chain them together from the same gallows, or they did have two different?
Regretfully, I haven't had that much time to look into exactly the synopsis of how they were hung or find any photos, but then again, this was in 1844, so I don't think they even had photos, to my knowledge.
I'm gonna think that they maybe daisy chained them to just add a little spice to the local hanging. That's what people used to do, though. I mean, back in the day, you guys, public executions, that was big entertainment. We don't so much do that. I mean, you can go and watch somebody be executed. That is a thing that you could, of course, now you have to have some type of association to the case. You can't just walk in and sit on down, but they used to be a big deal. People used to get executed in front of, everyone. And it was a party. It's really strange how we used to fill our time before, I don't know, social media and stuff.
I don't know if I could watch somebody get executed.
But if it was normal and you've been watching it since you were a child, you know what I mean? It might be different.
But
I couldn't do it either. I mean, now who I am now,
sympathy towards people.
Right. I mean, as who I am right now, no, I couldn't do it. I think a lot about people that get executed. I don't know. I think about it all the time. And I think about it sometimes, people getting, executed, and just the buildup. I mean, how awful. What a terrible 24 hours, God, I just, but no, I hear you. But no, back in the day, I mean, like I said, 200 years ago, this was fairly normal. So you probably wouldn't think too much of it, which is crazy. It's crazy.
But you still had a choice if you wanted to go watch it. I don't think I could.
That's fair. I mean, it's that or hang out in the barn with the animals, I guess.
That's what I do now.
That's true. That's fair. Well, did you find anything? Did you go ghost hunting and find anything cool?
So I did go ghost hunting, and I found out that the building is closed on Sundays. So I'm hoping tonight to go, since tonight is the actual anniversary, but the building is still closed. It's just that it's closed for renovations till April. So until then, I just plan to just wander about and see if there's some way I can't get any communication. The story, according to the story that we got in the book that my brother lent me, it is a female ghost who appears inside of the building, which is once again unfortunate since I will be outside in this cold. So,
well, maybe she'll be staring at you like, "Why are you out there staring at me?" You know, you look cold out there. Maybe you should come in. Well, I hope you find something. Good luck, and let us know. Keep us posted about if you do. All right. Well, that sounds like a very exciting weekend, Cassie. How was your weekend?
Oh, so great. Super great. So I had a really busy weekend at work because it's Super Bowl, and for some reason everybody wanted to come get pizza. So that was awesome. But then I have the best husband in the world because Jelly Roll and Post Malone are coming to Cleveland for the big ass stadium tour. And he got me front row seats.
Ooh, front row seats? I didn't know it was like that.
And I get a chair. I get a posty chair to bring home with me, and VIP lounge access, and early entry, and souvenirs, and all kinds of stuff that comes with front row. And I hope I get to see Bunny XO because I love her.
Why are you? Let me just ask you. Why are you so damn spoiled? I mean, I get that you deserve every second of it because you seriously are one of my favorite people and you do. But, I want that. I want spoiled like that.
It's because I never ask for anything. So when I do, he feels like he has to do it.
Me either. And I still don't get that. What the fuck? I'm just kidding. No, that's fantastic. Wow, that's serious. When is it? It's April?
It's in June. So it's June 25th at the Brown Stadium.
That's awesome. That's really exciting. Is
And
it called?
my post will be about all the hours I spend drawing Post Malone and Jelly Roll right now because I'm going to make my own t-shirt.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Because I'm going to be in front row, so they're going to see it.
And they're both such wholesome people. Both Post Malone and Jelly Roll, they're very fan friendly. So I think that they would really enjoy that. I think they would notice, and I think they would really enjoy it.
I've just I always had this thing, we don't like going to concerts or anything because, one, we're old now. So it's we don't want to be in a pit, in a mosh pit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Two, there's no point of sitting in the back because we don't drink anymore. So let's just listen to the music on our phones like we do all the time. But I wanted Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets last year, but we couldn't get them because they weren't coming to Ohio. So when he found a place that was closer, they were sold out. And this year they're coming to Cleveland. So I'm oh, I really want to go, but don't go if it's crazy expensive. And no, he bought me the front row tickets. And I was oh my God, he's the best person ever.
What's the last concert you've been to?
I went last year to Country Fest because Hunter wanted to go. So we went last year and saw Hardy. That's what I bought him for his birthday. And but it's outside and we got to sit in our old people chairs. So
Sherwin, what's the last concert that you went to?
Let me think. What was the last concert I went to? I don't really go to a lot of concerts. I mean, I used to be frequent over at emo nights in Columbus at the Ace of Cups.
Yeah.
It's not actually a band. It's more like they just turn on some music and people dance to it. So
that's fair. That's okay. Yeah, the last big concert. I mean, I don't remember the last huge concert I've been. It's been a long time. I saw it wasn't a concert, but I saw the Impractical Jokers at the
Oh, that's cool.
in Columbus. That was like the last big venue. The last concert was probably Electric Six. And we used to go see them in Michigan every year. They're one of my favorites. But I also went to, I was out one night with Jeff Craig and Potato Ann, as people know her as, in Cincinnati. And we were just kind of bar hopping in Cincinnati, hanging out. And we came across this guy who I don't okay, so he goes by Vampire Weekend at Bernie's. All right.
That's the coolest name ever.
He was wearing this like baby pink t-shirt and this like denim like short skirt, and he starts with his music, and it's just him playing like the beats on like his Bluetooth speaker in this bar. But it was definitely a performance, and people were there, and he starts playing this song, and it's about tater tot casserole.
I remember you telling me this.
And yeah, and he tells you exactly how to make it. It's a great song. You can look it up on YouTube. Vampire Weekend at Bernie's Tater Tot Casserole. But the craziest thing about it is that every fucking person there was singing along to it. Dude, they knew this song. I was like blown away. And he starts like flipping around, and he's like, he ends up on the floor at one point with his legs up in the air. He's not wearing any panties, so he's balls, butthole, everything is just fine.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and really liked Vampire Weekend at Bernie's, actually. So I would love to go back and see him again at some point. He's Cincinnati local. So if you guys are looking for an experience, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Anyway, my weekends, if anybody's interested in hearing about my weekends, I'm not a sports ball person either, so I didn't watch the guys in tights touching balls together show. I'm not into that. Instead, I worked on the book the whole weekend long, and that's pretty much it. Let me tell you, in the introduction of my book, okay, I'll give this away. I go on this like tangent about how Ohio is not special, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody always says it is, right? Ohio's so weird. Oh man, it's such a weird place. It's got all kinds of weird things. And then I talk about how no, it's all weird, you guys. You just got to look in your own backyard and whatever. But every fucking time I sit, I'm not even writing the book at this point. Right now, I'm just fucking formatting it. And every single time I look at these locations, look at these topics, look at these subjects, I find something new. So I have been down all the Ohio rabbit holes and in a week, right, simultaneously looking at all this stuff. So that has definitely, it's been exciting though. I love that, right? It gets me pumped up for, the warmer weather to get here. I want to get out to some of these places. I want to, go and find all the weird stuff. So I've got some cabin fever happening, but it's like too cold still to go anywhere. So
Right.
That's fair.
But that's what I did. It was fun.
Sherwin's outside ghost hunting right now. And it's
Right. That's true. I guess I could do that. I just don't want to. I like being warm. And so anyway, that was my weekend. Let's transition into some news. Cassie, you had not news, but something that you wanted to talk about, share with everybody.
Yeah, so everybody was getting all political with Super Bowl, and I was like, nah, I'm going to find something else interesting about the Super Bowl. So, did you know that the Super Bowl halftime performers are not paid?
I did know this, but a lot of people don't. So go ahead.
I didn't. So, they are not paid a traditional appearance fee, but the NFL does cover all production, travel, and union scale rehearsal costs. So, that in itself can total between $10 to $20 million because it covers like set design and pyro and like basically any other high cost items you need for your show. So the main incentive for artists is the massive exposure from over 100 million viewers often resulting in significant spikes in music streams and sales. But since it is illegal to not pay them anything, they do get a minimum like union scale pay. So they'll get between $1,000 to $2,000 a day, depending on how many days they're there rehearsing and stuff. So I thought that was fantastic.
I was like, yeah, I need about 365 days to practice.
But it's like everybody's, I don't even know. Like, I didn't make a big deal about it because I thought Bad Bunny was freaking awesome. Does not matter if I understood what he said or not, but like I got the gist of it. It was cool. But like you didn't get paid, and you know how much crap he had to hear like going into the Super Bowl, and he's not making any money from it. Like, good for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I did watch the halftime show, and the only reason why I watched it was because everybody was bitching about it, and had never heard of Bad Bunny before. I think I had maybe heard of him, but like I don't listen to him, right? So because I'm an old person, I don't know what's cool and now
Right.
hip, and so I was like, well, yeah, now I got to check that out. Anybody that pisses that many people off, that's my kind of person. I love that kind of energy. Like, you just make people mad by existing. You must be great.
Have you ever heard of, is it Kalishi, like the betting thing?
No.
So they do a bunch of like random, like off the wall bets. But there was a bet on there, like, how many people think I'm going to get pregnant during the Bad Bunny performance tonight?
Well, okay.
Right.
I guess we'll find out about 6 weeks, huh?
I was like, wow. Because my Spanish friend at work, Martha, that I work with, she's like, oh, gonna watch Bad Bunny tonight and shake the hips. And I'm like,
I know. I was like, look at all these people. They're nasty. Good for them. I was here for it. I was like, wow. It was sexy. It was sexy. It was heartwarming. I mean, my God, I didn't know those two things existed together, but man, they did. Yeah, no, it was.
we brought Ricky Martin back.
Right? You don't get sexier than Ricky Martin.
I was like, what?
He is sex. You look at the definition of sex in the dictionary, and there's Ricky Martin. Always
There's like 500 commercials with the Backstreet Boys beforehand, but Ricky Martin was like, who cares about the Backstreet Boys? Like, that's Ricky Martin.
I was like telling my daughter, I'm like, you don't even know who that is. What do you know about Ricky Martin? She's 14. She doesn't know.
As I sung Livin' La Vida Loca the rest of the night, and he didn't even sing that song. Like,
yeah, no, it was good. And you're right. I mean, they don't get paid to do it. That's crazy. It's like literally the ultimate being paid an exposure experience. It's like the only thing that's actually worth being paid an exposure for.
right.
Yeah.
So that is a fun fact. I'm glad that you shared that because like I said, I did know that. I was talking to my mom about it, and she didn't. She's always like, she's old, so she's like, I don't get why people are mad. So I had to explain it to her, I guess.
Gotcha.
And but I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I don't even get paid to perform, and she's like, really? So there is a lot of people that don't know that.
Well, you would just assume because it's the NFL that they would be getting paid, but it makes sense that they don't.
I don't think their performances have a budget either. Whereas, like, if they're doing their own tour, they do have some type of budget that they have to do for their show. So it's kind of your own little, like, performance dreamland, which as an artist is, that's invaluable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was listening to the Dumb Blonde podcast, the Bunny XO podcast, and she was, I don't know, interviewing somebody, and like all the buses, all the stage design comes out of the artist's like pocket to do all these concerts. And I was like, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
So I guess for the NFL to pay for all that for like whatever you wanted, heck yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Right. I'll do the thing, so it is fun. And I do always find that, fun. We were kind of talking about halftime shows of the past and how these used to just be like parades and stuff and like band, like like marching bands and stuff as
Right.
like, and how it's kind of evolved. And so the set pieces and stuff, they're really impressive. I mean, They really, it's a lot more to it than just the music, that's for sure. It's certainly an experience. Can't imagine being there.
Browns ever go to the Super Bowl, I can tell you 100% I will be there to see it in person so I can see how big the sets actually are.
Wow.
That would be nice.
Those
I know that's the one thing Brandon would spend his whole savings on if the Browns went to the Super Bowl.
it wouldn't. Well, the seats are about $5,000.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, it's an experience, but hey, if you got it, but it is an experience, right? Something that you'll never.
Right.
It's not. You can't just go to a football game. It's different.
Right.
It's different. Very interesting. Well, I'm gonna shift gears a little bit. We're gonna talk about Olive Garden.
Ooh.
All right.
Sort of. So again, my mom's like, oh, I'm just seeing all these posts everywhere about all this and that all over Facebook. And I'm like, the only post I keep seeing over and over and over again is about this cook in Williams Point, Pennsylvania, and a cook at Olive Garden who killed himself by dunking himself head first into a deep fryer.
No.
Oh, geez.
Really interesting event. Apparently, he actually dunked himself in it 3 times. The first 2 times not, just kind of being his body, and then the third time being head first. People did try to stop him, of course, but he just kept going back for more. People trying to pull him out. One employee had, suffered some mild burns from trying to help. Customers came into the kitchen, after hearing all the commotion, of course, and tried to help. But unfortunately, he did pass away. And it has been kind of a point of contention online because all the news articles about it are saying that, he killed himself. This man killed himself in the air fryer, which is a fucking crazy way to go. Like, that's insane. But other people saying that he potentially was on drugs and maybe didn't understand what he was doing to have gotten to this point. I don't know.
I was gonna say he has to be on something just to endure that pain to do it 3 times.
To just keep doing it, right? Is wild, but we don't really know much about the victim. I'm definitely curious to see what comes out of the story and what we kind of know, because I don't know. I mean, it's terrible to just go, oh yeah, he was on drugs. Or, I mean, was he, or was he just that determined? But then again, I guess if I was going to kill myself, I probably wouldn't go into work to do it.
I mean, not unless you had something against the company and you wanted to do it on, like, when people were in there.
I mean, or, it's your last hoorah. You're like, hey, I might as well make it a big deal. I don't know. Either way, guys, don't kill yourselves, and don't kill yourselves that way. Jesus.
That's a lot of oil. That's
Yeah. People are like, what do they do with the deep fryer after? Well, obviously, they don't use it ever again.
That's what we want to think.
Oh no.
Just bleach it, it'll be all right.
Right. You have no idea, like, if they'll use it. You can't even say that they won't. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's true. I don't know for sure. It could be.
I don't know either, but I'm just saying nothing surprises me these days.
That's a good point. I suppose they could still continue to use it. Clean out the oil. But I suppose if they clean it real good, what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you get your endless pasta bowl with an ear in it. Like,
where'd this come from? Extra crunchy.
It's a little waxy, but it goes down all the same.
We're probably, I've heard that we're really delicious. So deep fried human, all the cannibals out there are like, ooh, delicious.
ooh.
Not to make light of course this man's situation. It's
Right.
really incredibly sad, but that's crazy. That's crazy. How could you do something like that to yourself? That's insane.
Oh man.
I don't know. But like I said, I am curious to hear, what ends up coming out of it. And like, what drugs are you taking that make you do that? I've taken a lot of drugs before. I've never taken a drug that would make me throw myself into a vat of burning oil.
Maybe it wasn't even like the drugs telling him that he wanted to kill himself. Maybe he was like that depressed and thought it was over with, that he needed to kill himself, but the drugs just made him not feel the pain.
Well, so some of the, allegedly, take it with a grain of salt, it's Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, one of the employees that was there commented on a Reddit post about it, stating that the guy was fucked up on PCP.
Okay.
And that he thought the oil was some type of body of water that he was wanting to get into. So he kept, he would throw himself in it, and then they'd pull him out, and he'd be like, oh, no, I'm good. And then he would just keep doing it.
Oh, jeez.
Gotcha.
But again, we don't know if that's really, you can be anybody on Reddit. We don't know if that's really true.
I mean, I could see that. Like the girl that I was in jail with next to that came in, and they had us on boats because their beds were all taken. So we were on the floor in these like little cots, and they called them boats. And that's all you had to tell her. And she literally rowed that boat towards the window for 3 days and never moved because she was going to escape.
I mean, that's one way to entertain yourself in jail.
It was horrible because I just wanted to sleep. I didn't want to be there. Like, I didn't need entertainment. Like,
Just making like splashing noises. I mean, what was going on in the boat from her?
Literally, she had a make-believe paddle and just rowed for 3 days. And she would yell at the window to her boyfriend. I forget his name, but she'd be like, I'm coming. Don't leave me.
Was he there at the window?
Oh.
I've had family in jail, right? You go and hang out at the window, just waving back and forth.
Oh.
They're up there rowing their little hearts out.
Right.
Wow. What was she on? Do you know?
Water.
Meth.
See, PCP, though, is one of those drugs, like, it's crazy. Like, it's, Steve-O did a great job showing people kind of what that's like. And let me tell you, what a fucking great success story that man is. Like, people don't give enough love to Steve-O, for real. Like, what he's done is amazing, like, with his life. It really is. But, I mean, as I've heard, it's a hell of a drug. I don't know. I've never done it. Never will.
Yeah, me neither.
That's, I'm good. Anyway, that was my news for the week.
That's good. I didn't hear about that one. I kind of just left the news off this week because after seeing everything on like social media about the Super Bowl and stuff, I didn't really want to hear anymore.
News fatigue is a thing.
What's that?
News fatigue is definitely a thing.
Yeah, I'm right there. But I guess, I don't know, Facebook thinks that this is the kind of shit that I'm into because it's literally all I saw for like 4 days straight. With this Olive Garden dude. And I'm like, okay. Shows you the kind of person I am, I guess. I don't know. But no, I hear you. The news has been rough lately, especially the paranormal news. I think with the wintertime, it kind of drops off in general. And then just with the general state of everything, it's just been awful. So
right.
Hopefully we get some more fun time stories coming out soon. But let's get on to the topic tonight, right?
Wait.
Oh.
Do we have to spin our thingy?
Oh, fuck. Jesus, I keep forgetting that. I'm so bad at remembering to do this. Yes. Okay. So, every month for our Patreon, right, our $5 members, you are entered into a drawing to potentially win a piece of artwork that Cassie has so lovingly created based off of one of this month's episodes, right? So she did that. And usually what we do is we have this monthly meeting at the end of the month, and that's where we give it away. But I almost died the last time we had one, so we didn't get to have our monthly meeting. And I said last week that I would do it in the Facebook group, and literally every day I'm like, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this today. And then I didn't do it today. So we're doing it today for real on the show. So I have our lucky, I know you guys can't see it, so you're just going to have to, I mean, do you trust me? You shouldn't. Just kidding. Nobody can see this wheel, but I have all of our Patreon members' names here on this perfect wheel. If you would like your name added to the wheel, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/WednesdaysTalk, and you could be the lucky winner next month of a beautiful piece of artwork by Cassie on canvas.
This month's going to be hard because we're having interviews.
You'll have to think of something. It'll be like all of us outside the Olive Garden.
It's just going to be a big like picture of Sherwin.
That'd be great, yeah.
Paint all the speakers, but they all look like Kermit the Frog.
Oh,
Yeah, make everybody frog people. That would be cool.
that would be cool. I'm good at calendars for Frogman.
You do have the Man I Love Frogman stuff. So just saying. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and spin this wheel. I don't know if you guys will even hear it. Can you hear it?
Nope.
Can't hear it. It's making some sound.
Click, 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 click. I thought I'd add some. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yes. Yay! Applause. We have a winner. This one's winner is Chris. Chris Holm. Chris Holm actually. He. We'll give him some free publicity too. Chris hosts the my gosh.
Oh, I love it.
Theory podcast. I've been on it now a couple of times. He also does his own artwork and stuff, so he'll be extra appreciative. Cassie
on your show with Pat too, right?
He came on and he did the furries episode.
Yes.
He helped us talk about the weird world of furries. So
Right, that was the one where you guys where you said that Bigfoot doesn't excite people, right?
yeah, well, of course we talked about cryptid, the potential for cryptid furries.
Ah, okay, yes.
So, because there's not a lot of that in that world. Dragons, I guess, is kind of the closest you'll get to that layover. But I was surprised to learn that, there aren't like a mass amount of cryptid furries out there. Should be more. Step up your game, furries. Jeez.
Right.
But yeah, Chris Cassie will get a hold of you. She will secure your address for mailing of your beautiful, beautiful picture. So,
yeah, I'm friends with you on Facebook, so I'll just message you.
yeah, that'll be great. But next time we'll do it during our monthly meetup. You guys, you want to be there. You can come talk to us. Give us your opinions about whatever you want. Or ask questions. Or just come hang out and bullshit. I mean, it's fun. We like to do it. It's a good time. So, yeah. So, Sherwin, you are, of course, one of the people, coming to Frogman Festival this year. Super, super excited to have you. Jeff always does a really good job with his speaker lineup. I can't speak for all these other events, but like he truly, genuinely pours his whole heart and soul into this event. So the fact that, he's asked you to come on, I mean, it really is a personal honor, because it means that, he likes, not just he likes you, but like he's really passionate about you as a person and wants you to be showcased. And so I think that's super special. But, you're at all these events. A lot of these people that listen to the show, they've probably met you before or, again, purchased some of your artwork. Let's kind of go back to the beginning. How did you get into cryptids?
Oh, well, I always put it this way. I've always kind of felt like an outsider due to the fact that, like, I mean, if you've seen me, you probably notice I'm not exactly my heritage is Filipino, so that may be very apparent, maybe not by my voice, but more so by just looking at me, my skin color and everything. So, in short, I've always felt like an outsider, a little different than anyone. So, and I wanted to reconnect with my roots, especially after college. I'm like, well, what is there to the Philippines? But I always felt like I didn't really belong when it came to like I don't know any 90s stars in the Philippines. I didn't grow up there. I grew up in Findlay, Ohio, which is a little different. So
A little bit.
to look into monsters, especially because I don't know, I can relate to monsters on this idea of like they belong to the culture, but they are outside of the culture. Like Bigfoot may be part of Americana, but Bigfoot probably can't make an apple pie.
Yeah, I like that.
So, whatever these creatures are, I mean, I just want to know more about them. I can connect with a creature that is part of Filipino society, but is also on the outskirts. The Philippines, in its history with like how it's dealt with monsters, is ongoing in a scary way. So,
Sure. What was the first, kind of cryptid that you really got into?
oh my gosh, the thing that I really fell in love with was the Philippines' own vampiric creature, or ghoulish creature, depending how you describe it, the aswang.
Yes.
My particular favorite version is the manananggal. The aswang is an interesting term because it refers to well, actually, a collection of creatures, and it has to do, and the term has to do with, well, Spanish and colonialism. The term is actually pre-Philippines, so I mean, like the name the Philippines was basically translates roughly to like a gift to King Philip, a man who would never visit the country for his namesake. In fact, the term Filipino was actually meant for Spanish born there. It didn't even refer to my ancestors. But point is, when the missionaries came to the Philippines, they heard the term aswang, and they would use it against the Filipinos because they're just like,
Oh.
if that's they are all treating this thing like it's real, so we'll use it against them. So they would look at the heads of the community, like the old woman who's like a medicine healer, and they'd be like, she's an aswang. That hot girl over there, she's an aswang. That dog, aswang. And so people would hunt them down, would collect them, would distrust them because you're not supposed to throw these terms around. You're supposed to be very respectful and use it only if you can, with a sense of reverence, just be careful who you call and who you deem this to be this creature, because it's a serious accusation, but nonetheless, they did abuse it, and so that's why when you look up aswang, it can mean several different things. An old witch, a vampiric woman, a ghoul, a demonic pig or dog. So
Interesting. It reminds me of, like, obviously, and of course, other Native American lore, the Skinwalker, right, or the Wendigo, or whatever,
right.
whatever thing you need to, of course, different skill sets there, but it's not. There's not just one set depiction of where it's like Bigfoot's like a big ape in the woods, right? It's not that simple. When it comes to something like that. I think that Aswang's probably the most popular, right, of the Filipino cryptids. I think there's definitely people that hear that term and they go, "Oh, I've heard of that before," even though it's still very lesser known.
It is a lesser known creature, but like I was talking to a oddity saleswoman here in Columbus when I was doing some traveling, and she had told me that she had taken a course on being on cryptozoology, an online course, and she had said that there was a whole section where she had to learn about Filipino monsters, and I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. I did not know I could do one of these courses, but also I think I might know a little bit about Filipino monsters, so.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, that seems like a very, like I said, probably the most well-known Filipino monster. So it seems like an easy start, into the topic, right? You're a way to kind of slide yourself in there a little bit. But you're also, a big art guy, right? You make lots of art stuff.
Oh yeah, I came into arts way before I came into monsters. If you had met me in college, I really wasn't a big a fan of cryptids specifically. But when I had to wrestle with my identity, because it's like I went to an art college, and the thing that you learn when you go to art college is you're not special anymore. You're not, because the first day orientation, I'll never forget what they asked me, and it wasn't specifically me. They said, "All right, so who here was the best artist at their high school?" And when everyone raises their hand, you're just like, oh, right, I'm not the art kid. I'm one of the kids.
Wow. I guess I'd never had thought about that before. Yeah, that certainly must have been quite the identity crisis.
Yeah, you can't just be the art kid. What does that mean when you're amongst other artists? I guess I kind of feel that way too sometimes when I'm amongst everyone else and with cryptids. Like, okay, so you do cryptids, but like, so does everyone else here at this festival. What do you bring to the table? So
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. And Cassie, you kind of, you know something about that, right? Some of the art people.
Kinda.
What do you feel like, Sherwin? What do you feel like you bring to the table that is is different. And did you kind of, when you started, because you do a lot of events, you're everywhere, and which is awesome. But when you started kind of getting into, mixing your cryptozoology with your art and seeing all these other competing artists, did you kind of relive that identity crisis again?
Well, a little bit. Because at first I'm just like, okay, if I do cryptids, what are the chances that I'll run into another cryptid artist? Lo and behold, I found myself. Oh, and the first cryptid artist I ever met was actually Jamie Sinel, if you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he remembers our first time meeting, but it was over in what was it? The one in Dayton. It was some comic convention. I forget now. I have to
Oh,
get back. But point is, I had gone there, and I'm just like, yes, this is my second convention I'd ever done. And while I was there, I'm just like, I'm just like, oh boy, this will be great. I have no competition, and then I find out that there's this guy who has so much more work than I do. Like, he has a vendor setup. I, at the time, did not sell prints. I mean, I sold prints, but I only sold one print in a frame per piece. So the only thing I had was frame pieces. I didn't have extra copies. I had stickers, some bookmarks, some journals at the time. Point is, and then I go over the Jamie, and it's just, this is what you expect. This is the standard for what people look like when they do anything, when they do like in these big events, when they go to Comic Cons and everything. And I was very much intimidated, still am, always love his work, but yeah. Then it's like, well, how do I define myself? And the only way I could figure to define myself was by what I had already been doing. And at the time, I was trying my best to figure out as an artist who I was. And at the time, I was very much connected to my local art league, the Finley Art League. And there, it's not, most people there are traditional artists. So oils, acrylics, watercolor, or sculpture. And then here I was with digital, or as they knew me, a cheater.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like, well, what can I learn from that? And the thing I learned was something I didn't pick up in college, because I was training to be in animation, actually, 2D animation. So, and in that they're teaching you how to be part of the cog, be a part of the animation, which is not framing your work. So I was completely lost, and I had to teach myself how to do that, to be part of the art world in Finley. And that is what I ended up doing. I mean, I already had frame pieces, so I've been leaning into that. Like, my work comes framed.
Yeah, well, very true. I always tell people, because I know so many of you guys in this art space, and so, I have favorite pieces, of course, by each one. Jonathan Dodd for me is always going to be Cryptids Crossing the Delaware, right?
Oh yeah,
great.
Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Anybody that knows, if you know, you know, and if not, go get you one. Whatever it comes to Sherwin, it's always what I love is that when I talk about you, Sherwin, to other people, we all have different favorites. Mine's always the Mud River Mermaids.
I have that one hanging up in my house right now.
Yeah, that's always my favorite. But then everybody else is like, oh, I love Sherwin's da da da. And I love that. But whereas like Jonathan Dodd, a lot of the times he does a lot of really amazing work. I'm not going to estimate Dodd at all. He's great. But everybody always goes to Cryptids Crossing the Delaware, right? But you have such an eclectic. You have literally something for everybody, and I love that.
Yeah, I think I've got the Mud Mermaids. I have the Jackalope. What's the turtle? Oh my god!
The Beast of Busco.
Yes, yep. The Squonk, and then Brandon has one of yours that's framed in his office that we bought at work too, but I can't remember which one it is.
Was it my Loveland Frogman piece?
No, we bought it at Cryptid Bash in Morgantown.
Oh.
Yeah, the second Cryptid Bash in Morgantown we bought it at from you.
It feels like so long ago.
I know.
My God, it does. It was still warm in there.
Right. But no, I think that, you definitely, and because you also cover these ultra unique creatures that you don't see a lot of, like who else does a mud mermaids, right?
And that's why I love it so much. I love that one.
can't think of anybody who's got one. And I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm just saying it doesn't go unnoticed, right, in that community. But it sounds like to me, just the way that you talk about it, which is my other favorite part about you as a human, is that you're not really talking about your shortcomings. You're more talking about what you're learning from all these other people. And I just think that that's, in community, we need more attitudes like that, right? Not how can I be better than this person, but what can I take away from this person, that I can take and kind of make my own. And you're doing that. And I think that's fantastic,
Kindly.
Absolutely. But anyway, getting into kind of more of the things, what is your favorite event that you get to attend every year or have ever attended?
Oh my. Whew.
It's like picking your favorite child, I know.
Yeah, I love all the cryptid events. Those always I always have a lot of fun. Although, if I am to be completely honest, are we talking about like cryptid events in general, or just events that I just enjoy going to?
Just ones that you really, every year you look forward to them. You're like, yes, this is the one. Frogman. I love Frogman, right? So for me, it's Frogman Festival. I love it. And
it's halfway to Halloween flea market, so it's like it doesn't have to be cryptid, just whichever one you like the most.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's hard for me to choose a cryptid one because I love all of them. Squonkapalooza, Hodag is always fun, and Bigfoot Jamboree is always just nice because it's close to me. So, I don't know. For me, it's always the time after the event actually that I enjoy, because then I get to hang out with all my friends from the vendors and everything, and we just get to talk about things and slow down a little bit and sort of compare and contrast ideas. For a while there, especially after college, it's just like, well, all my old friends are busy with their lives and I'm doing this new thing, and then I just got to meet all of you amazing people in this community, and I've always enjoyed that. But if I'm honest, my favorite event thus far is not cryptid related, it's board game related. I actually really like board games, so
we're friendly with that on this show. So
one of my favorites is actually once again Columbus, because it's here and I can stay with friends or family, so I don't have to pay for a hotel ticket. Yes. It's Origins, the second biggest board game convention in the country.
Okay. Wow. Very cool. And this isn't just like tabletop, like role-playing games. This is just like general board games, so like something for everybody.
Something for everyone, whether you want to battle with your favorite group of rogues, tabletop, or some other like D&D type thing. There's even a community based solely around games for trains.
For trains?
Yes, there's if it's themed after trains, there's a society that meets every year, and it's just like the Train Board Game Society. I'm like, all right, I like trains, but I don't know if I like them that much.
How do you play trains? Like, you're like, I'll be the caboose. How does that work?
One of the famous ones is Ticket to Ride. That's a famous like train type board game. It's just board games themed after trains. So I
like if there was a Polar Express game, that would be in the train category.
What do you do? Yeah. I don't understand. I'm so confused by this. I need to find a train game to play. This is blowing my mind. Like, this is crazier to me than the Super Bowl fact.
Board games are just as unhinged as comic books, because like really anything can happen in a board game. You just have to make sure you have your audience and you have to set it up. There was one person who was trying to invite me to play, because the thing I love about Origins is that it's just a bunch of nerds, and there's a free-to-play area where you can set up your board game and hope that someone passes by and they just want you to play their game. They'll have a sign that's just like players wanted. You sit down and you play board games with them. and it's great because they wouldn't be putting this out if they weren't excited to find people to play with them.
Well,
I
What?
was
That's awesome.
yeah.
I found myself last year at this table with these people who were really excited to play this board game where we were wine merchants. I'm like, okay, how does this work? And they said, like, well, first you are assigned a company, and then you have to brew it, but then you have to roll to make sure that everything gets fermented right. But you have to make sure you have the ingredients. But those come in your supply truck. But you also have to make sure that the market's up. I'm like, what is this? This is the whole process. Like, yeah, isn't it great? And I'm just like, this is more than I signed up for. I just, what do you mean the market value?
You're like, is there a train? I don't understand.
This one wasn't train related. It was wine. It was like, I don't know, wine.
Brewery.
And I'm just like, I have no idea how to play this game. I don't know if I want to. I got called last minute, so I was actually pulled out of playing that, and they were so disappointed. I'm sorry to let them down, but I'm also slightly relieved because, that's a lot.
When you accidentally talk to the wrong person at the party, you're like, oh God, what did I sign myself up for?
Yeah.
I hope they don't listen to the show, whoever they are. They're like, that's my game he's talking about.
Oh.
That actually sounds, all this time Tobias, every time I talk about trying to make new friends in my community, he's like, go to the board game bar. They'll want to be your friends. But like, they don't ever have like a sign on the table looking for players. Maybe I should go to the board game bar with a sign looking for players with like sorry or something.
Yeah, I would say that works out. I always thought that, like, honestly, a fun project to give children is you have to host a board game night. Because then it's up to the host to do things like make sure everyone's comfortable, they know how to play the rules, and then more importantly, that the host knows how to play the board game. In my opinion, the worst experience for board game night is to come to the table and we all have to spend time popping out all the pieces, assembling the game.
Yeah.
I had a friend who told me that they didn't realize that Mousetrap was a board game. They just thought it was a puzzle you do with family.
I believe that. It does take like 2 hours to set up, but man, that payoff is sweet.
But yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Cool. I didn't know like
I had no
something
clue.
like that existed.
I had no clue this was a thing. So yeah, the guys, definitely check that out. Origins. What time of year does it happen?
Ooh, I always forget when Origins happens. I want to say perhaps before June.
Oh, okay. Well, just when everything else happens. Also.
Yes. It happened, but when I purposely made sure that I wasn't doing anything so I could enjoy playing my board games. I'm also a big fan of any. Who could have imagined I would be a fan of any board game with cryptids in it?
I know, right? You really?
When I was so excited when I found a board game that has a
First.
Loveland Frogman and like Mothman and like the Skunk Ape, and I'm just like, okay, this is fine. I'm here for this.
Yeah, very cool. What's his name? Drew Schmidt. He's been on the show. He's been a longtime listener of the show. We worked together to do the Pogs, right? But not Pogs, but
Right.
something else. But he was working. I met him because initially he was working on a cryptid board game, and I just thought that was so neat. I think that's making a board game sounds like that's something that I wish I had the time to do. Or the patience to do. Right, it takes a lot of skill. Trying to curate something that is finished product when it comes to something like that. Right, so.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've gone to my share of like board game prototype nights, and they can go really good or they can go really bad. It hurts, but
Yeah, definitely.
part of the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. No, and you've gotten into, because like you got into the oh my God, they're not around anymore. But the cards, the
Oh, you're thinking of MetaZoo.
MetaZoo. Yes, thank you.
Yes. They
Gosh,
did die,
they did.
and now they're back.
They're
But
back.
also, yes, I'm just as shocked too. They came back this year too. No, not this year. Last year. They came back last year to everyone's surprise.
Damn. I had one of their Kickstarter packs, and somebody I won it in some type of giveaway or something way back when, and people were messaging me like with money offers, and it was like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
for these Kickstarter, packs. So then when they went under, I was like, oh shit, I better sell this before it's worth nothing. And I think I maybe got $100, right? It wasn't too big of a deal out of it, but I should have kept it. It's probably worth something a lot more now. Fuck.
Yeah, okay. For nostalgic reasons, yes. The gameplay is completely different, so all the old cards do not work in the new gameplay.
Ew.
However, the fandom that is around MetaZoo calls the original game Retro Zoo, so...
Oh, God.
Okay.
Fair.
Well, I have a ton of Retro Zoo cards.
Well, they did. It's crazy I forgot their name. They actually sponsored the very first Frogman Festival.
Yeah.
And it was a big... And Cassie, you were there at that one.
Yeah.
It was a whole...
Sherwin.
Yes, I was. I remember them. They scared me.
Well, because they had a whole tournament going on the whole weekend. So we didn't know, coming out of the festival, was the attendance because of the MetaZoo tournament? Because it was like a 50 grand, prize. But you guys all had, those vendor spaces. You had to, share a space with the players, didn't you?
No.
In the big, the tournament was held on one half and the vendors were on the other half.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Right.
But
So
we
you
all
guys
had our 10 by 10 spot, and it was freaking amazing.
Yeah, because you had all these people playing the game too, but you had a lot of traffic coming in and out of there.
But see,
Yes.
I don't think anybody that was playing the game actually shopped. They were diehard there for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that was fear amongst some of us of so this is so if MetaZoo gets too big, does this mean that it's only their interpretation of this cryptid that counts then?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, which was, kind of weird. But then we had Frogman Festival too and Electric Boogaloo, and it was the same amount of people. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think MetaZoo had anything for the Frogman Festival in terms of if the numbers were good or not, because the people that were playing weren't buying from us. It was everybody else that was coming in.
yeah, for the event itself.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was super interesting. God,
But
that
for
feels
the first year that show was going, amazing sales and turnout for that first year. It was amazing.
oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, still has been every year. I've never walked away. It's my highest earning event, and I vended Mothman.
Oh.
Yeah, and I still made more at Frogman last year than I did at Mothman, which is crazy. So I don't know. It's just people come, they want to spend their money, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
But anyway, let's switch gears a little bit back
Hold
into.
on, I wanted to say it says that Origins is June 17th through the 21st this year.
Oh, okay. Well, mark your calendars.
My birthday's in June. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Hey, let me know, and we can hit up Origins together if you want.
Yeah, Cassie, what are you doing? Is that your concert weekend?
The 25th is my concert.
We might have to make some weekend plans.
Yeah, I mean Columbus isn't far from me.
My sister lives there. We can go stay at her house.
Oh yeah, your sister lives in Columbus?
Yeah.
The one that just had the baby?
Yeah.
And you traveled to Columbus last weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it took up your weekend. Okay.
Well, I didn't drive there, but yeah, it did. Yeah.
I thought she lived down the road a half hour or something.
Oh, that's why it's super inconvenient. She lives,
Gotcha. It makes sense to me now.
Yes. I guess I've never really explained that part. So.
Well, no, I mean, we don't need to know your sister's address either. I was just it didn't make sense, and now it does.
Yeah, it's a 432. I'm just kidding.
We're here.
Well, I'll go stay at my sister's house. Just bring everybody. And just have a big party at her house. Anyway, very cool. Like I said, switching gears back into Frogman Festival hype. Let's get on there. Sherwin, how did you get involved? Jeff Craig just reached out and said, "Hey, would you like to speak at my event?" Was there any hesitation?
Oh, not at all, because I have been wanting to be part of speaking at festivals for a while now because of my small experience hosting panels at a few different anime conventions, and I'm just like, well, what's the difference here? So when he reached out to me, it was actually over at, and I remember the episode because I listened to it. When he came to talk to you about like asking me, he he when I was at the Fearsome Folklore Festival down in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I was very excited and to talk to him. He was right next to me actually that day, so that was nice. I prepared a whole bunch of like cryptids from lumberjack folklore, and I'm excited to go back to that one. That one was a lot of fun too. So
Yeah, I've heard that one was a lot of fun. That one's is that one in Pennsylvania also?
no, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking of do they still do Green Eyes? The Green Eyes Festival?
Oh yeah, Green Eyes Festival still. I mean, it's still going on. They were even they had a booth represented there over at the festival.
Very cool. Yeah, I know. I love what they're all doing with all these little monsters. I just I want every monster to have its own festival. I think they're tons of fun. The lumberjack stuff. It is, because you have people that are like, "Oh, what's your favorite cryptid?" And they're like, "Oh, it's the squonk," and it's like, "But the squonk, it's not real." But it's still, even if something isn't real, you can still very much enjoy it, right?
Oh yeah.
None of these are real yet, right? So you can still have fun with something like the squonk, and who doesn't love his ugly self?
Yes.
He's precious.
I always relate to the squonk because I'm like, this creature is just a mood. Who isn't sad? I am happy that the squonk like exists in the sense like here's Eeyore distilled into a monster.
No, it hasn't. Yeah, we all have squonk days. Well, that's where are you at today? Are you a squonk or are you saxophone Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
Oh, that's your scale for happiness. But is this your first cryptid event that you've spoken at?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I'm making a small debut, so happy to hear. I'm happy to see anyone there.
So we got to fill those seats and make you really nervous.
Oh dear.
It'll be, I get to introduce you.
Oh,
I can say whatever I want about. It'll be fine.
That's what you have to be afraid of, right there.
Right? It's me bringing the. I'll get up there and embarrass myself first, and then that way, anything that you do will look professional and smooth.
I hope so.
No, it's again a super inclusive, really forgiving crowd. They're all a bunch of sweethearts. So, I don't think you'll have any problem, talking at them, and taking their questions. I think they're going to be super interested in your topic. Speaking of, I don't want you to obviously give the whole spiel at all. If people want to hear the whole thing, they'll have to come and check it out at the festival. But what are you talking about this year?
This year, I've chosen to talk about Filipino cryptids. So,
and you just chose that like an hour ago, right? That was.
I have a few slides prepared for that. So
That's okay. It's I think it's a very exciting topic. I really do. We kind of talked a little bit beforehand about it. I don't think that anybody else can say that they have attended a talk on that particular topic, or two, presented that particular topic. So I think that you're bringing something very novel to this little world, and we need more of that, because we got so many people that are like, oh, why does this stuff only happen, here? And it's like, well, it doesn't. It happens everywhere, all over.
And I am so excited about that topic.
Yeah, Cassie might abandon her niece's birthday to come.
Yes. You have no idea how much money we've spent when we were like first started out, and these things were so cool, and I wasn't vending or anything yet, and we'd watch all the speakers, and that is something I've never heard, and it interests me so much. Like, and I watch TV shows on and stuff. I just want to see somebody in person talk about it.
Are there any amphibious type of Filipino cryptids?
Oh yes, there is a lot of Filipino cryptids out there. Filipino spirits is a good one to look into. But okay, in particular, like specifically cryptids sightings, it is said that in one, I forget which mall, but there is a big mall in the Philippines that's old. That said that the sun was deformed, and so, but deformed in a way that he looked like a lizard, and so was being fed people. And they still say to this day that there is footage of him snagging people. So
Interesting. Have you seen said footage?
I have not. I've only heard of it. Some blur. Actually, you know what? No, I did see some footage of it. Um, it was hard for me to tell, and it's hard for me to recall because I haven't done a deep study into that one. Um, but yeah, that one definitely strikes me as oh well, you said amphibious. This is more of a lizard type now that I say that out loud.
Well, Frogman himself was more of a lizard type. The
Fair.
fact that he got the name Frogman and is a frog now is just kind of part of the. It's like Mothman doesn't look like a moth, you know.
Yeah.
We just like to be wrong about stuff. I don't know.
To be honest, as a vendor, it sells. Like, look at this happy frog guy. Look at him.
Oh yeah, who doesn't love a frog?
Right?
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those. It's one of those things now. But yeah, no, it's the lizard, the reptilian people is like starting to become kind of a more mainstream idea in cryptozoology, which is interesting. It's probably helped, you know, with the lizard people, reptilians, right? That we see all the politicians are reptilians or whatever. You know, probably kind of made that one a little more exciting where people were finding out more about stuff like the scape or you know swamp the lizard man down there and things like that. So I do think that's interesting. Do you have a personal take on these reptilian, these half reptile half Mayan creatures?
Oh, a personal take on lizard people. I mean, I'm always saying there's a lot of things I still need to research, but I recall hearing that one of some of the oldest stories of reptilian people, or at least like in the United States wise, at least, come from the mid to late 1930s in California, because apparently there was a man who believed there were lizard people, but that may have been based on a mistranslation of of like Native First Nation people's description of the underworld, in which case he apparently actually got United States funding because it's the 30s and the money needs to keep people employed. So they gave money to this guy who said, "We're digging for lizard people in the desert," but this was the way to get people employed to keep so they have money on the thing, even if it was just looking for the lost city of lizard people. Um, so I think personally, whenever I look at cryptids, I always look like there are three different ways to look at them. There is the more sort of like woo, the more spiritual aspect of them, the more like blood and bones, and then there's the folkloric aspect, which folkloric slash pop culture version. Like we were just saying with Mothman, you have like the original Mothman, a headless creature, in some of the older drawings, not depicted with arms, but having wings. Pop culture, it's like, oh, Mothman, so half man, half moth, has arms has pecs, and is moth.
Yeah. Is also where do you usually find yourself leaning on some of these, you know, creatures?
I'll be honest. My artwork does like to reflect the more pop culture ones because, if I'm honest, I do need to be able to sell things. But
Sure.
outside of that, and outside of some of the those prints, I do have my own that I personally draw that I try to do based on my understanding of the creatures and everything, what I find in my research and everything. Which, you know, when you're doing it like that, you have clashing ideas with other people who have reportedly seen said creatures, and I'm not going to debate to say that mine is the one and only interpretation. I believe there's room for at the very least documenting everything to see like what people thought at this time period. I'm very interested to think about like people's ideas of dinosaur type cryptids, since
Sure.
our ideas of dinosaurs have changed since the times of like the original sightings of the Bung and Jor, the T-Rex from
Yeah.
Australia. And then it's like, well, now it has feathers. And like, did the original sightings have feathers? Or is this just going off of, you know, what, like how culture has changed? Um, and everything. I love one creature that I want to draw 3 times over because each description is a little different. You have is the Mapanguari. If I'm mispronouncing that, I'm not surprised, because that one is like you have the original depiction, which is a cyclops furry creature with backwards claws and a mouth that goes from the top and sideways on it. Through its chest, and then you have Bigfoot researchers who say it's a type of Bigfoot because the reports also say that it smells. So there's that, and then you have the cryptozoologists who claim it might actually be a still living giant sloth because backwards facing claws, brown, huge, and smells.
I love how like it smells, so it has to be Bigfoot.
Yeah. I was gonna say jingle bells, Bigfoot smells, Mothman laid an egg.
It's
We gotta,
8 foot tall. It's one of those numbers, 6, 7, somewhere there. I don't know.
Yeah, that is hilarious. Yeah, there's definitely a lot. I mean, of course, we see it in like the most obvious. I think everybody recognizes the chupacabra.
Oh yes.
Right? That one has such a massive and even like those early days, we covered it, me and Tobias here on the podcast, and talked about, what people were seeing, and even the descriptions of the locals, it went from like this flying creature to the little more known, spiny backed weird reptile thing to a dog. So it is very interesting the evolution some of these things go to, but definitely a testament to dinosaur cryptids. I think are the perfect example of this, because you're absolutely right. We had people seeing basically what you saw in Jurassic Park, but now we know that they don't look like that. Even the Jurassic Park movies have retconned their dinosaurs because of the changes, right? And so it's like, well, if people are seeing things from Jurassic Park, then were they really seeing anything at all? Is it credible? Or, God, if that is what they saw, where the fuck did that come from? So that is, I think a great example that you use there. I don't know, Cassie.
I never really thought about dinosaurs as being cryptids in my own personal mind. I just always oh, dinosaurs.
Well, people report seeing them,
right? But it never clicked that could be a cryptid these days because they're not supposed to be here. It makes so much sense.
Got the Ropin, you got Mikelio Bembe.
Yeah.
Just name two off the top of my head here. So
yeah, tons that have been just these weird. They usually appear in like just one-off experiences that. I think there was one in like Arizona or something where a father and a son saw it just like a little, like a velociraptor walking down the street. And it's like,
yeah, I just saw something on, again, Paranormal Caught on Camera, because that's what I do in my spare time, where she has like video footage of something that looks just like a raptor running through her backyard at night.
It's so weird. I want to see that. That sounds cool. I want to check that out.
Right?
Did it have feathers?
It did, around like the face, how it's supposed to now.
Interesting. So it was a biblically accurate dinosaur. But anyway, no, it is really, it's really fascinating. Even like, of course, Nessie, right, being a plesiosaur.
Yes.
There was a report from the vet that saw it walking on land, which was interesting, and he kind of described it more as like the I'm not up on my dinosaur lingo, but more of the long-necked brachiosaurus or apatosaurus or whatever the fuck it is you want to call them. They got different sauropod. There we go. That's correct. So, which was interesting because why would he? I mean, he had nothing to gain by lying about something like that. It was wild. So, I mean, where do those things come from? It's so strange.
And where do they go after you see them one time?
Where do they come from, Cotton Joe? I have no idea.
That's the real question. Like, we can figure out where they came from, but where did it go? That thing's huge. Like,
where's it at right now? Have you checked your windows lately? That's
Right.
You got to get in your bedboat and swim towards it. I don't know. Oh, gosh. Well, Cassie, do you have? I've been asking all the questions.
Yes,
I don't want
I do.
to. Yeah, go ahead. Your turn.
Oh,
So, how many shows do you think you attend a year, Sherwin? Because you are everywhere.
oh, huh. Wow. Surprisingly, this year I've actually stepped back on a few shows because of some family issue and family stuff. But ooh, that's a good question. I should know this
Every
number.
time I see you at a show, you're coming from a different show. Like,
I mean, there's just so many around, around, and I'm just like, I do tiny craft shows. I do these things. I want to say that around this time last year, I had already done 20 shows.
wow.
That's
Somewhere around that, and it's just that's because like if you can get into an anime convention, like one anime convention can be worth like 3 or 4 shows in my opinion, if you can get into them.
Right.
To be fair, a lot of them for a while they were all it's like a lot of them had the Fresno Nightcrawlers, Mothman, Loch Ness Monster, maybe Bigfoot, but they drop off after that. To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So they it kind of ebbs and flows. It kind of trends and untrends.
yes. Like I don't know. I feel like if I went to an anime convention today, I'd still find Fresno Nightcrawler stuff because people are just like, "There's a Leggy Boys," or you know.
I love that.
I call them the walking tooth. Some people call them the walking pants.
I call them the Fresno Friends.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you do a lot of shows. I mean, you're always somewhere. I'm like, there's Sherwin again at somewhere new.
Okay, so you kind of answered this one, but you kind of didn't. So, for more specific answers, so you do. Okay, I see you do a lot of like shows at like art galleries and stuff. So, do you take cryptids there, or do you do more like traditional art for like your gallery work?
I take cryptids there.
Okay.
So people are just like, "Oh, what's this?" Well, this is the drop bear.
Oh, okay. So then you get to like socialize with everybody too about it.
Yes,
Awesome.
because people are just at odds with my technique. Just like, so what medium is this? Is this watercolor or it's digital? Oh, I've never worked with digital. I just assumed it was easy, and then I pull out my iPad. And it's like, would you like to try?
That's a good way. That's a good comeback for that. I never thought of that because it's from going from paper or paint to canvas to digital. It's hard. Like digital is so hard to do.
Agreed. I always look at it this way: like you have the thing that you know how to do, and you get very good at it, and then you're given a whole nother thing. It's like I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm lost. Even though it's like this is still red, but I also don't know how this brush works, or I don't know how this ink works, or I don't understand how long do I have to wait for gouache to dry?
Right.
I have to wait for it to dry.
Yep. And like even when I'm doing like I started with acrylics and then I went to like my Posca markers, and if I go back to acrylics, I mess up everything because I'm like, oh, my markers would have been dried by now, but this paint isn't, and I just screwed that up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The problem with paintings and with traditional paints is just like, oh, I guess I'm out of this color. Better mix it. I can get this right. Come on. Nope. Now it's mud. Okay.
I basically just changed the Poscas because I don't have to clean up a mess afterwards.
Although I heard from one of my friends that you should definitely scan those when you're done, because alcohol markers are the original pieces. The ink, even if you keep it out of sunlight, it may fade. So
Posca isn't alcohol; it's acrylic paint markers.
Oh wait, Posca.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I have no idea about the. I mean, I have friends who work with those. I have no idea how they age.
But you're right. The alcohol markers, they do fade very quickly.
Yes. Oh man,
Okay. So what? So overall, what's your favorite medium? Is it the digital?
digital is. Oh man. Okay, I do like digital. I was training in 2D animation, and even then, it was a whole new world for me when I had to learn how to draw on like a drawing surf Cintiq, if you would.
Okay.
But I romanticize about oils, something I want to return back to just because I love the feel, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's like it feels like returning back to like, ah yes, traditional art forms, oil paintings, and this is stereotypical art stuff.
Oh no, if you're good at oils, you have all my respect. Like,
Oh, I'm not gonna say I'm good at oils. It's been so long. But I just love the feeling of oils.
okay.
I say that while hearing my teacher yelling at me for getting the chemicals all over my hands, but I had a teacher back in college who would always be like, "See what you're doing?" He had this Boston accent, and he'd always be like, "Don't do that." I also had a really bad habit of biting the tips of my brushes when I would be thinking about things.
Oh, yep, I get it. I do that with my Posca caps. I'll just be like looking at the painting, staring at it, trying to think of something, and then I'll just be chewing on the cap. I get that. Okay, what else do I got? Oh, last one. I saw on your Facebook page that you were just at Smucker's before they closed, and you were right here, and nobody ever tells me when they're right next door to me, and I'm I get irritated about that. I see you guys at shows, but when you're in my neck of the woods, no one says hi.
Well, this isn't a question. This is a confrontation.
I don't like confrontation. It's just Sherwin, you are the second person in 2 days that is one of our friends from these art shows that has literally been down the street from me and no one says anything.
Who was there the other day?
Snarly Al.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
My,
they're avoiding you.
no, I thought you lived in West Virginia. I'm sorry.
No, I live in Millersburg here. Did you know Smucker is my last name?
Ooh.
I was there for a day trip with my sister, actually. I thought she really loves sweets, and Smucker's happens to be a bit sweet, I hear. So,
Yep. No, but it's good that you guys got there before it closed, because who knows where you would have found it at after that.
yeah.
Well, they're closed now for good?
Well, the big Smucker's building thing there.
Yeah, like the gift shop barn that's been in Oracle forever.
That's so. I didn't know it was at risk.
It wasn't. They voluntarily did it and gave the building to with the food pantry. The food pantry.
Well, I can't hate that.
No.
That's fair.
It's not like they needed it for their namesake, or you know what I mean? Like, they're Smuckers, they're huge.
Yeah.
With a name like Smucker's, we're not paid, but you know.
Yeah, hey Smuckers. We've talked about doing.
If me and Brandon get married, like, his last name is Smucker. we could be sponsored.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize you guys weren't married. I guess I don't know why.
No, actually, like, this week is our 10-year anniversary of being together.
Still not married, huh?
No, it's because we have several children under the age of 18, and it's just financially responsible if we wait 2 years until they turn 18.
That's good. We all get married for different reasons, so.
Sure, yeah, I'll never get married again myself, so and it's not because I don't love somebody enough to do so. It's just it's a pain in the ass if you stop loving them one day. Been there, done that. I'm good.
All 3 of the boys are 16, so 2 more years.
Almost there. Oh gosh. Jeez.
And honestly, it's just a piece of paper. We've been together for 10 years.
Right. That's exactly. Yeah. That's exactly. You're not going anywhere.
Right.
Wow. Well, this has been a very fun, very informative episode, I think. Sherwin, I think that people are going to be excited to hear from you because, I feel like there's just not enough spaces for the artist to talk about. Plenty of spaces for you guys to share your work, but not enough spaces for you guys to just kind of sit and talk and let people get to know you and, listen to you for a while.
Out of all like the speakers at Frogman, like I knew I really wanted to do the Sherwin episode because he's never spoke at one of the conventions, so like nobody's gonna know who he is, and he's so interesting. So I wanted people to know, like, hey, like, no, go in for this. Like, it's gonna be good.
Thank you. You're all very kind. I just hope people will enjoy it. So, yeah, I look forward.
They will. They're going to be so excited to listen to you talk, and like I said, it's a great group of people. So, I can't wait. I can't wait for you. I'm so excited. What do you before we end it and go about the rest of our evening, so that you can go get to your ghost hunting that I know you're super excited about?
Oh yes.
Where can people check you out? Where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me on let's see, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, SherwinSketch. So you can find me on those, and they link to the others as well. So,
and literally pretty much any events at least within the Midwest. Usually Sherwin is there. So
at least within Ohio. One day I'll get into Mothman, but till then.
It's a hard sell. It's hard to get in. I mean, I only did it from a technicality because I spoke, but you'll get there. It'll happen. Well, I guess with that being said, guys, we'll see you back here next Wednesday.